Imagine you wake up one morning and discover that the skills you've spent years developing can now be performed by a machine, not because the machine is smarter than you, but because it works faster, cheaper, and 24 hours a day. For decades, automation mostly affected factory workers. Machines replaced physical labor, robots assembled products, software automated repetitive manufacturing tasks. But this time, something very different is happening. Artificial intelligence is moving into offices. It is writing emails, creating presentations, analyzing financial reports, answering customer questions, writing software code, reviewing legal documents, and in some cases, even helping make business decisions. For the first time in history, machines are beginning to perform tasks that were once considered uniquely human, and the speed of this transformation is astonishing. Some experts believe we are witnessing the beginning of the biggest workplace disruption since the Industrial Revolution. The future is not simply about jobs disappearing, it is about jobs changing. The question is no longer, will AI affect work? The question is, which jobs are most exposed, and whether your career is one of them. Welcome to FutureScope videos. Today, we explore the jobs most likely to disappear because of artificial intelligence, and more importantly, what opportunities may replace them. To understand what is happening today, we first need to understand history. Every major technological revolution changed work. The steam engine transformed manufacturing, electricity transformed industry, computers transformed offices, the internet transformed communication. And every time, people feared their jobs would disappear. Sometimes they were right. Many jobs did disappear. But new jobs emerged in their place. The difference is that previous technologies mostly helped humans do their jobs faster. A spreadsheet made accountants more productive. Email made communication faster. The internet made information easier to access. But humans still performed the core work. Artificial intelligence is different because AI is beginning to perform parts of the work itself. Research from McKinsey suggests that generative AI could automate activities that currently consume a significant portion of employee working hours. Think about your own job. How much time is spent reading information, writing emails, updating systems, creating reports, searching for answers, preparing presentations? These are exactly the types of tasks AI is becoming very good at. And unlike humans, AI does not sleep, it does not take vacations, it does not call in sick, and every year it becomes more capable. That doesn't mean people become obsolete, far from it, but it does mean something important. The jobs most at risk are not necessarily the lowest paid jobs. They are the jobs built around repetitive digital tasks, jobs that follow patterns, jobs that process information, jobs that rely on predictable workflows. And that's exactly why some professions are now facing unprecedented change. So, which jobs are most exposed? Let's begin with number 10. At number 10, we have data entry. On the surface, this may seem obvious, but the reason is important. Data entry is not really about typing. It is about moving information from one place to another. For decades, companies hired thousands of people to process forms, update records, enter invoices, review applications, and transfer information between systems. Today, artificial intelligence can perform many of these tasks automatically. Modern AI systems can read documents, identify important information, validate fields, update databases, and even detect errors, all without human intervention. This does not mean every data entry worker disappears tomorrow, but it does mean something else. Companies will need fewer people to process the same amount of information. The future role may not be data entry, it may be exception management. One person supervising what AI has already processed instead of 10 people manually entering information. And this pattern will repeat throughout many industries. Because once AI learns how to process information, it can also learn how to answer questions. And that brings us to number 9. Imagine calling customer support. You ask, where is my order? How do I reset my password? How can I update my account? How do I cancel my subscription? Now ask yourself, how many times are these same questions asked every single day? Millions. This is exactly why customer support is changing so rapidly. AI chatbots can answer thousands of questions simultaneously, 24 hours a day, across multiple languages, without waiting times, without holidays, without shift schedules. But there is good news. Customers still want empathy, understanding, human judgment, especially when problems become emotional or complicated. The future support professional may handle fewer routine requests and more complex customer situations. In other words, the role evolves, but the number of entry-level positions may decline. And if AI can handle routine conversations, what happens when the conversation is actually a sales call? For decades, telemarketing followed a simple formula: call a prospect, read a script, ask qualifying questions, handle objections, book a meeting, repeat again and again and again. The problem is, AI is becoming remarkably good at scripted interactions. Modern voice systems can hold conversations, collect information, record responses, update CRM systems, and schedule appointments automatically. A human might call dozens of prospects in a day. An AI system can contact thousands at a fraction of the cost, and that changes the economics of sales. But don't confuse telemarketing with professional sales. They are not the same thing. High-value sales require trust, relationships, negotiation, industry expertise, and strategic thinking. Those skills remain difficult to automate. What disappears first is repetitive outreach, not relationship building. And the next profession faces a very similar challenge because it is also built around rules, processes, and predictable workflows. At number 7, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is one of the foundations of modern business. Every transaction must be recorded, every payment tracked, every expense categorized, every account reconciled. For decades, this required significant human effort. Today, AI can categorize transactions automatically, match invoices, identify anomalies, generate reports, and reconcile accounts in minutes. Tasks that once consumed hours can now happen almost instantly. But here's something important. Accounting is not disappearing. Bookkeeping and accounting are not the same thing. Bookkeeping focuses on recording information. Accounting focuses on interpreting information. One is processing, the other is judgment, and judgment remains valuable.
This trend indicates strong growth. I recommend increasing your investment.
That makes sense.
Business owners still need advice, tax planning, financial strategy, risk assessment, investment decisions. Those responsibilities are much harder to automate. The future financial professional will spend less time entering data and more time helping people make decisions. So far, a clear pattern is emerging. The jobs most exposed to AI are not necessarily physical jobs. They are information processing jobs, jobs built around repetitive digital tasks. But the next professions on our list may surprise you even more because they involve creativity, design, writing, and even legal work. Let's continue. At number 6, basic content writers. Just a few years ago, creating content required significant human effort. Writing a blog post, creating product descriptions, drafting marketing emails, producing social media content, all of it required time, research, and writing skills. Today, AI can generate much of this content in seconds. Give an AI a topic and it can produce thousands of words almost instantly. It can write headlines, summaries, advertisements, emails, scripts, and product descriptions at a scale that would have been impossible only a few years ago. But there is something AI still struggles with: original thinking, personal experience, deep expertise, and genuine storytelling. Because information alone is no longer valuable, unique insight is. The future belongs to creators who use AI as an assistant, not those who compete against it.
In a world of endless data, true strategy requires human insight. That's where we find the path forward.
And if AI can create written content, what happens when it starts creating visual content? At number 5, junior graphic designers. For years, design required specialized software, technical skills, and significant experience. Today, AI image generation tools can create stunning visuals within seconds: logos, posters, advertisements, marketing concepts, product mock-ups, social media graphics, all generated from simple text prompts. A task that once required hours can now take minutes, sometimes seconds, and that creates enormous pressure on entry-level design work, especially work built around repetitive production tasks. But design is about far more than creating images. Great designers understand psychology, brand identity, customer behavior, emotion, and communication. AI can generate pictures, but humans still decide what those pictures should communicate. The future designer may spend less time drawing and more time directing, curating, and creating strategy. The next profession has already survived one technological disruption, and now it is facing another. At number 4, travel agents. The travel industry was already transformed by the internet. People no longer needed a travel agent to compare flights, book hotels, or check reviews. Online platforms changed everything. Now, artificial intelligence may accelerate that transformation even further. Modern AI systems can create complete travel itineraries, compare thousands of options, estimate budgets, suggest activities, translate languages, and personalize recommendations, all within seconds. But complex travel is different. Corporate travel, luxury experiences, large family trips, visa-intensive journeys, unexpected disruptions. These situations still benefit from human expertise. The basic booking role may decline, but high-end travel advisors may remain highly valuable. Because when things go wrong, people still want a human expert. And now we arrive at one of the most surprising professions on this list, a profession once considered extremely secure. At number 3, paralegals and legal research assistants. The legal industry runs on information, documents, contracts, regulations, case law, research, and for decades, reviewing this information required enormous amounts of human time. Artificial intelligence can now analyze documents at remarkable speed. It can identify clauses, summarize contracts, compare agreements, search legal databases, and highlight potential risks. Tasks that once took hours may soon take minutes. But this does not mean lawyers disappear. Far from it. Law is ultimately about judgment, interpretation, strategy, ethics, responsibility, and accountability. When major legal decisions are involved, clients still want human expertise. What changes is the amount of routine research work required behind the scenes.
The AI flagged the liability clause. Here is how we'll respond.
So far, we've seen AI disrupt content creation, design, travel planning, and legal research. But the next two professions may surprise you even more, because one sits at the heart of the technology industry itself, and the other exists inside almost every company on Earth. Let's continue. At number 2, we have a profession that surprises many people. Software developers. For years, learning to code was considered one of the safest career decisions you could make. Technology was growing, demand was rising, and software was eating the world. But now, artificial intelligence is beginning to write software itself. Modern AI systems can generate code, explain errors, write tests, create documentation, build prototypes, and solve programming problems. In some cases, within seconds. Tasks that once required hours can now be completed in minutes. But before anyone declares the end of software engineering, there's something important to understand. Coding and software engineering are not the same thing.
How do I implement this interface?
We must ensure high availability.
Writing code is only one part of building technology. Engineers must understand architecture, security, scalability, business requirements, system design, and complex problem solving. Those skills remain incredibly valuable. The biggest disruption is likely to affect entry-level coding tasks, the repetitive work, the boilerplate code, the routine debugging, the tasks AI performs exceptionally well. The future developer may write less code manually and spend more time solving business problems. In other words, software development is evolving, not disappearing.
We can optimize the data pipeline. The AI model suggests this approach.
That solves our scalability issue.
And if a technology job ranks number 2, what profession ranks number 1? The answer may already exist inside your company. At number 1, administrative assistants. This role exists in almost every industry, every country, and every major organization. For decades, administrative professionals have been the backbone of office operations, managing schedules, coordinating meetings, preparing documents, organizing information, and keeping teams aligned. The challenge is that many of these activities are highly structured, and structured work is exactly where AI excels. Modern AI assistants can already draft emails, schedule appointments, summarize meetings, generate reports, manage calendars, and track action items, all within seconds. This does not mean administrative professionals disappear, but it does mean fewer people may be needed to perform routine office coordination. The future version of this role becomes more strategic, more relationship-focused, more operational, and more dependent on managing people rather than managing paperwork. The assistants who thrive in the future will be the ones who learn to use AI as a force multiplier, not as a competitor, because throughout history, people who embraced new tools often outperformed those who resisted them.
This data looks perfect.
So far, we've explored 10 professions already being transformed by artificial intelligence, and one pattern has become impossible to ignore. The jobs most exposed are not necessarily the lowest paying jobs. They are the jobs built around predictable, repetitive, information-based tasks, from data entry to customer support, bookkeeping, content creation, graphic design, travel planning, and legal research. AI is steadily taking over the routine work. But that doesn't automatically mean people disappear. Throughout history, every major technological revolution has changed the way we work, not by eliminating human potential, but by changing where human value comes from. The biggest mistake anyone can make today is believing that AI is only replacing jobs, because the real story is much bigger than that. Some of the most surprising professions are still ahead. What about software developers? Will AI really replace programmers? And if administrative assistants rank at number 1, which careers are actually the safest? The answers may surprise you. If you found this video valuable, subscribe to Future Scope videos. Every week we explore how artificial intelligence, technology, business, and the global economy are shaping the future of work. And in the next video, we'll reveal the careers that AI will struggle to replace for many years to come, because understanding the future is one of the best investments you can make today. I'll see you in the next one.